It's dealt with. Tiote! Incredible!
Hello everybody and welcome to Backseat Athlete, where I sit back and make it my hobby to tell professional athletes how to do their jobs. Now today we're going to be talking about what I would describe as England's disastrous 2022 World Cup campaign. I'm talking about the tactics employed, the manager, the people he actually brought to the tournament, which I think is one of the main issues. As you can see there, 1-0 win at New Zealand. We looked absolutely god-awful in that game. Big lump up top. The best technical player on the pitch is Chris Wood, 6'4", and we could only beat them 1-0. I think this exposed some of the problems that we would deal with in the tournament, which is our clinical mentality, our defensive mentality that we employ throughout the tournament and in any big game. As soon as we go in front, we look to hold on to a lead with everything in our power, rather than, if you go one up, get the second, get the third, look to completely outclass the team. And we've seen that recently in the France game, how good we can be when we trust our players, go attacking, trust them to be better than the opposition, and just go for it. 18 shots, only 4 on target, right? They had 2 and 0 shots on target. What that tells me, if I was looking at this like from an FM scope, they've posed 0 threat to us. So then what you say to that, if your defence is solid and you know you're the better team, right, what you do then is you just attack. You attack with pace, you attack with tempo, and you just look to outclass them. But I would have been wanting like a 3, a 4, maybe even a 5-0 here against New Zealand, to really just like put our marker down and say like, we're coming into this tournament in form, attacking, and you should be worried about playing us. 66% possession. Too much. Nobody needs 66% possession. You can completely outclass a team by having 55 to 45 possession, even 50-50 possession. Our possession, right, and I know because I'm a Newcastle fan, I've watched it for years, is so negative. Say it's Anderson or Declan Rice, and I love Declan Rice and I love Anderson, but playing for England, it's sad to watch because they're such good players, but they just look like they've got 0 confidence in their own abilities. Anderson will literally get on the ball, look around, survey his options, nobody will be making him runs, and then he'll go, right, I've just got to pass it to Rice then. And then Rice picks it up and does exactly the same thing. Like recycling it, going and doing the same thing is going to change it at all. You're just looking at the same problem, the same formation. Nobody's moved. Nobody's caused any kind of chinks in the arm. They're all just so rigid and keeping to their formations because these new managers have told them, no, you need to be playing this exact way. You need to be doing this. And they can't just trust their own ability, their own natural instincts as players. And the biggest gripe I have, Jordan Pickford should not be England's keeper. It's not his fault. He's a decent keeper, right? Sort of that like Paul Robinson sort of level where he's not outstanding. He's not like a Joe Hart sort of, he's like one of the world's best and you're like, wow, we've got a great keeper there. He's not like a David Seaman, Gordon Banks, somebody like that where you're like, we're really solid here and we trust them in the big moments. Because we haven't got that one outstanding keeper, we're just having to rely on him as if he is Gordon Banks, and we've given him all these caps and all this time, and he's England's number one. When I don't think really he's got the quality for it. Yes, he has patches where he's unbelievable and he definitely plays up for the camera. Like, it's like going out and playing jumpers for goalposts with your mates, like headers and volleys or whatever, and somebody has to go in goal and they don't like doing it. So what they do is they're not like a decent keeper. They don't look at their fundamentals or whatever. They just look to tip everything around the post and make it enjoyable for themselves rather than just standing there doing nothing. That is exactly what Jordan Pickford is. Jordan Pickford is like a centre mid that wasn't good enough to play centre mid, got forced into goal, and then was like, oh, bugger it, I'm still going to play like a centre mid. He had one good game against Mexico. He still conceded. It wasn't a clean sheet. And we were talking about him like he was the second coming of like Buffon or something. Like it was crazy. Like the delusion of some of these England fans. His arms are too short. He can't reach the ball. He doesn't have the fundamentals of a keeper. As I said, he's a shot stopper. Do you know what I mean? He tries to make himself look good. He's not good with positioning, and that shows in the I think it was the Norway game, wasn't it, where that cross shot went in, because he doesn't even know his angles as a keeper. Do you know what I mean? He's so focused on like making sure his quiffs all good and all centered, and he's looking good on camera, making them big saves, that he messes up the most simple thing. Oh, that ball's coming towards the corner of my goal. Oh yeah, I'm watching that. Oh shit, it's in the back of the net. What is he doing? Do you know what I mean? This is supposed to be England's number one. Only 4 shots on target, so we're not making the keeper work at all. 66% possession, and what have we got out of that? 1 goal. Harry Kane, 45 plus 2. I can't even remember like this game, but I just remember it being absolutely awful watching it. I think would struggle literally qualifying for tournaments at times if it wasn't for Harry Kane. At times, he's like the only grown-up amidst a bunch of sport brats. The debt that we've got to this man for keeping our national team afloat over the last 5-10 years, like, I don't even think people realise. Right, then we go to Costa Rica, right, another friendly. 0 threat to our goal, 1 shot, less than New Zealand. So we've done well there. Again, our defence has been so solid. Regardless of the keeper, the centre-backs have not even been letting it get to him because there's only been 1 shot. Tuchel's obviously said to them after that New Zealand game, you need to be threatening the keeper a bit more. I don't know who he is, so he's bound to make mistakes. And we come away with a 3-0 win. Decent, right? Not bad. Not great, because again, 79% possession, 0 shots on target, and we're the much better team, and just a 3-0 win. We've just beaten them. Do you know what I mean? We haven't completely demolished them. We've just beaten them. It's a real issue with the England team. Nobody's scared to play us. Nobody is worried about playing England, because number one, we always find a way to mess it up. Number two, as I was saying before, we're so, like, even unintentionally, I don't think, we're so negative. So they're just the most rigid, structured, predictable team in the world to play, to the point where teams are just like, all right, yeah, we're playing England. Yeah, they're a good team, but they just seem to have more passion, more intent, more of attacking impetus than we do. And that's exactly what happened this tournament. So now we get into the first game, right? And you're going to say, well, everything you've just said is going to be disproved. Because we played this Croatia game and we're suddenly thinking, oh, come on. Do you know what I mean? We're looking good here. We've had a good game. We've improved from the New Zealand game to the Costa Rica game. We've got to the World Cup. We've got to training camp. We've got to America. We've acclimatised, right? We're playing Croatia, who not long ago we played in a World Cup semi-final. They're a good team. They're with recognisable players. They've actually got faces, right? 54% possession. The sweet spot, I think the sweet spot of possession, I touched on this a bit earlier, is between 50 and 60%. You want to be controlling the game. You want to be going after a team. You want to be dictating the tempo, right? 50 to 60%, perfect. Because you get that counter where the team's able to come out of their shape, try and counter you. You defend against it, shut that down. And then suddenly there's space for your wingers to attack and go into. There's space for the Cam. There's space for that Jude to do what he does best, just run at the defence, right? And they're a bit out of shape because they've just tried to go to the attack themselves. We outclass them this game. 4-2. We put our market down and said, we're having this tournament. We're coming for it. It's been 60 years of you're going to have to come and beat us, right? Then we come off this great game against Croatia to a Ghana game. Semenyo there, really decent player, but that's their one outlet. We should be able to nullify that. Not much in their team. A couple of old players, a couple of experience, right? A decent team. They've obviously got to the World Cup, so they have to be some sort of decent. But Semenyo, they're one real threat. And we did nullify them, right? Decent little team. Ghana, 2 shots, 1 on target, 22% possession. They did nothing. They were able to do nothing. I remember Semenyo had a couple of moments where you were like, oh crap, like he's got in here. But again, weren't able to do anything with it. We've completely outclassed them. 19 shots, only 4 on target. We've gone back to New Zealand. We made all this progress. And then we go to this Ghana game and I think we get a bit complacent. That's the word. I think, again, it comes back to us just being a bit spoiled, I think. The players in this team, Jude and people like that, I just think, all right, you are world class. There's no doubt about that. Like, Wayne Rooney was world class. He never acted spoiled. Do you know what I mean? He always wore his heart on his sleeve. He always played for the badge. Do you know what I mean? It killed him when he had to go off pitch because he just loved playing football. I think Jude likes playing football because he's better than everybody else. I don't know if Jude's he's like, oh, I want this for the legacy of it. I want it because I know how much it will mean to the people. I think he's just like, oh, I'm good, so I want to show everybody that I'm good. And it's literally like a 14-year-old kid that you used to have in your high school football team that used to run rings around you, was fast, but as soon as he got to a decent level, do you know what I mean? He got found out. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, Jude is world class, but I think in these games sometimes, yes, he has moments here. He has moments where you're like, oh my God, he's brilliant. But then for the rest of the game, he goes missing a bit. Do you know what I mean? He's just like, he's flopping on the floor. He's moaning at the ref. He's moaning at the other players. He's having a bit of a tantrum here and there. I'm just like, I know he's only young, but at the same time, like, I'm 22. I think he's 23 or 20. He's around my age, right? I would never act like that on the football pitch. So when people give him like all the like hang off him because he's young and all these football players are so young, yes, if they're 18, 19 and they've just suddenly got into football from like the academy sort of thing, and then they're coming up against Messi and Lamine Yamal and like even Otamendi, that like dominating presence, I can understand why that's intimidating. You might act out a bit, right? But once you're 22 playing for Real Madrid on God knows how much money and been playing for years at a high standard, you shouldn't be acting like a 17, 18-year-old brat. 78% possession. What have we done with it? Absolutely nothing. Because it doesn't matter how much possession you've got. Oh, yes, we've had so much of the ball. Oh, how great. We've fucking stood on the ball for 90 minutes. But we haven't actually done what's matter. We haven't put the ball in the back of the net against a team that we should be beating 2, 3, 4-0, right? If we can go to Croatia when we're up for the challenge and beat them 4-2 and just outclass them, why the hell are we not beating Ghana? I'll tell you why. And it is exactly due to that mentality from Jude. It's that we think we're better than them. So we're just going to walk on the ball, just wait for opportunity. Oh, I missed that shot. Oh, it's all right. Another one will come. Oh, and before you know it, 90 minutes has gone, added time's gone, extra time's gone. Boom, 0-0, right? Yes, it's the group stage. But if that was a knockout game, right? Extra time, you have the same mentalities. Penalties, we know how historically bad England are at penalties. We're out. Do you know what I mean? You can't have that mentality in a World Cup. You can't have that sort of lackadaisical, oh, we're just better than them. Alright, if you're better than them, show that you're better than them. Bloody beat them. Do you know what I mean? If you can't beat Ghana, what right do you have to win the World Cup? What right at all? It signified everything to come for the rest of the tournament. Quickly touch on the Panama game. Another game that we should have easily won. I think the players woke up a bit, realised, we should have beaten Ghana. That's a bit embarrassing. We'll actually beat Panama this time. We outclass them. We should outclass them. It took us 60 minutes to get a goal. We got there in the end. Fair enough. Jude, Harry, all good. Going into the knockout stages. Decent little win. Not great. We're not back to the highs of Croatia yet, but we've got back on track. Right, then we move on to the Congo game. We should have easily won. Who did they have in their team? Wissa, Newcastle, absolutely loathe him. Should never have bought him. I think we bought him because we lost that one on Buemo and we're a bit embarrassed that he picked Man U over us. Way too small for the way we play. And he just doesn't fit our team at all. Not his fault. Decent little team. Anybody else I know? Masuaku, an older player. Chancellor Mbemba used to play for Newcastle. Just a proper gritty centre-back. Used to love him playing for us. But again, every single one of our players are better than them. 2 shots on target from a much worse team and we've conceded. And you think he's England's number one. Harry Kane saving our ass again. 75-86. We get through the Congo game. A game that should have been easy. Should have been a 2-3-0. But again, nearly a banana skin. Jed, who's had a tournament. He's been one of the highlights of the tournament for me, right? Then, why haven't you selected Harry Maguire? He plays out of his skin for England. It don't matter if you don't rate him as a centre-back. I don't know how you wouldn't rate him as a centre-back. Plays for Man U, was captain at Man U, was £80 million, was brilliant at Hull, was brilliant at Leicester, and has played season in, season out for Man U the last few years. How the hell is he not making a World Cup? And it's decisions like that, which I think have lost us the tournament at the end of the day. And all the youngsters really love Nico O'Reilly because he's a flash, young, exciting player like Cole Palmer that everybody gets behind. They're like, oh my God, here's the next big thing. He is not ready to be England's starting left back at the World Cup. It is ridiculous that I don't even know how old he is, probably 18, 19, that he's being asked to be the starting left back at the World Cup. How has that happened? You want experience. You want players that have been there, done it, know who they're coming up against. When you're coming up against Messi, right, and you're 19 and you're the next big thing at Man City, but you haven't had time to prove it yet. Do you know what I mean? Still looks like a 12-year-old, and you're coming up against Messi. Like, what is the manager thinking? Do you know what I mean? It's no wonder we've lost this, really. We go to this Mexico game, right? Pickford, here, fair enough to him, has a decent game. Still concedes 2 goals, and everybody acts like he's had a clean sheet and like is the second coming of Neuer. I love Dan, but being a Newcastle fan, do you know what I mean? Dan Burn could do no wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's coming in just been unbelievable. I'm so glad he's had a bit of a breakout tournament here. Everybody knew who Dan Burn was, but I don't think people appreciated his work rate. And that's what you saw as a Newcastle fan, the amount that he just wants it. Do you know what I mean? And he's just up for it. Like, he's an old-fashioned player. He's fucking massive. He's a big lump. There's not enough players like that anymore. And I'm really glad that he's had kind of like a spotlight put on him with this England team, because there's not enough players like that in the England team. There's not enough players that like, oh yeah, it's just a game, whatever. But there's not enough players willing to die for the badge. And no, I don't mean actually bloody like have a heart attack on the pitch like Eriksen. You've got to be willing to pull a Messi when we were 1-0 up, and Messi was just firing ball after ball and just going and grabbing the ball and picking it up again, demanding the ball, because he just knew he was better than us and he would be able to pull something off, and he did. Do you know what I mean? That's a player that wants it. 3-2 against Mexico. Pickford has the game of his life. We go down to 10 men. The whole country kind of warned the players that going to the Azteca was going to be difficult. So the players were like, oh shit, we better actually try for this one. It should be every game. Do you know what I mean? And they got through the Mexico game. But then we get to the Norway match, right? Haaland, yes, I know, big scary Erling Haaland. But again, it's like the Semenyo situation. Who else have they really got? Odegaard, good player, right? Might be on the same sort of level as one of ours, right? Patrick Berg, we're better than. Sorloth, we're better than. Like, a failed striker at many teams, do you know what I mean? Can't seem to hack it at that top level. And I'll tell you what, we were able to nullify it. But you know what we did in this game, right? We were so scared about Erling Haaland, we forgot about the rest of the bloody team. Do you know what I mean? To the point where they were able to score from a bloody cross shot because everybody was so focused on Haaland and, oh my God, what's he going to do? Like, bloody Jesus come back to life. The cross comes in and Pickford's so focused on him that he just goes, oh, that's got in my net, that. What? How the hell are we let a cross float into the top corner because we're so focused and so laser focused on Haaland, who actually didn't have a good game, got bloody subbed off because he just didn't have a good game. Jude, yes, he is a good world-class player and has moments like this. I'm not doubting that. Nobody's doubting that. Nobody doubts that Jude Bellingham is a great football player. But does he have the heart? Honestly, I think we deserve to go out here. And this was just the beginning of the end. It's almost like we were in a MMA fight, right? This was the third round and we were shattered. Do you know what I mean? And we were focusing because we knew we had a good backhand in Haaland who could really come through and knock us out. But then we were standing there and we nearly got knocked out with a hook with that cross because it just floated into the top corner and it wobbled us. Thank God we then got the submission. Do you know what I mean? Jude came in and was just like, no, bugger that. I'm better than all of these. Let me show my class. Bang, 2-1. We just sat at Southgate. National hero. Nobody was expecting anything out of him, right? He was a really good transitional manager, but now we need somebody to come in and just win. We need to get over this hump and just win, right? Because it's been 60 years. We're not going to sign Eddie Howe, who's been this transitional manager at Newcastle and is so beloved there, it's unbelievable, but it's coming to the end of his time. We're not going to hire him and put him in the England manager's job as an Englishman, rags to riches story, worked himself like Jamie Vardy, Ian Wright sort of story, worked his way up from the very bottom with Bournemouth, exactly what the public would get behind after Southgate, after somebody who's overperformed. Then you've got this English manager who's really showed that, like, if you put the hard work, the graft in and get behind your players, you can win. And actually won a cup with a Newcastle team who hadn't won anything in God knows how many years, right? And actually put the belief back into Newcastle. No, you don't pick him. You pick a bloody German? We're talking about the English football team. It's almost like you're writing it as a comedy. Like, is your brain switched on? I don't care how good he is. A German does not manage England to the World Cup. He should be bloody ashamed of himself. No, he shouldn't be ashamed of himself because he's a German. We should be ashamed of ourselves of putting a German in charge. Oh, I'm sure he does want England to win because we're paying him God knows how many millions. Somebody offered me a $5 million a year contract. I'd hope like Chad won the World Cup. I'd go, yeah, I love Chad. They're brilliant. We let Enzo Fernandez do that shot 5-6 times and he missed 5 times. But the 6th time, it went in the back of the net. And the 6th time, it gave them the motivation to go on and win the game. From this position, and you got to rate him, Anthony Gordon, just gone to Barcelona, didn't like him as a player. Exactly the same as Jude Bellingham, I think. Just was a bit whingy. Just inch perfect, right? Little moment of quality. All started from Kane with that ball over the top, having to force something because he was getting no servers. You don't low block in a World Cup semi-final when you're 1-0 up. You got to at least counter. I get being defensive. I get wanting to protect a lead. But if you're not countering, right, and giving them something back, if you're just putting 11 men behind the ball for 40 minutes and the bloke coming at you is bloody Messi, you can't low block against Messi for 40 minutes. What is Tuchel thinking? But who are we leaving in acre space there? Enzo Fernandez. This was only like 25 yards, it looks like. The whole back line, right? Again, it's like everybody behind the ball. It's just stupid. There's zonal marking, but this isn't even zonal marking. This is just trying to build a wall. This is Trump eat your heart out. We're in America. Let's build a wall. Pickford, little T-Rex arms. Can't get to the ball. Too much power on it. I don't know what other England fans were thinking, but I was like, here we go. Do you know what I mean? We've sat back for 30 minutes. We've got away with it. Messi, you could see, was coming into it and getting closer and closer. Messi gets the assist here, even though it was an easy one. And you just knew it was happening. Whether it was extra time, whether it was, God forbid we went to penalties. Messi gets on the ball. We've got 2 players on him, for Christ's sake. He's nearly 40. It's just basic stuff. You could tell our heads have gone here. Who's having to be pulled away? Jude Bellingham. Yeah, you just knew. The low block, what was Tuchel doing? We're not going into this tournament as an island, no offence to them, as a Wales, as a Northern Ireland. We're playing like we're a small team. We invented the bloody game. We've got the best league in the world. We've got some of the best players in the world. This whole tournament, people are saying we're going to win it. I had no hope that we were going to win it. I didn't want us to win it with a German. I didn't want us to win it with a bunch of sport brats. And I didn't want us to win it by scraping through. This game was ridiculous. I've never seen a game like it, especially like this high level of a game. Of course we nearly balls it up. England always find a way to lose. And God, we were 4-0 up at half time, playing absolutely blinding football, and we still nearly found a way to lose. It was played like a friendly because it was a friendly. We rotated our whole team against France. Do you know what I mean? If that doesn't tell you everything you need to, I don't know what will. And then Tuchel's come in for this tournament, and for me, it's just managed to destroy all of Southgate's work. Maybe it was a genius German plan. Maybe Klopp isn't gonna take over the Germany job, and actually Tuchel's gonna take over the Germany job, and then they're gonna win the Euros and the World Cup. And maybe it was all part of their genius plan to absolutely like demolish us from the inside. I wouldn't be surprised because we're such idiots that we would let something like that happen. We're back to the old England where we just look like we can't be arsed. Do you know what I mean? Against the small teams, we think we're so much better than them that we end up losing points. And drawing against Ghana and just beating New Zealand and just beating Congo. We actually get into a good position against Argentina due to a brilliant bit of play from Morgan Rogers, and we managed to balls that up. I don't think we're ever going to win a World Cup playing like this. I think it's going to be 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years of hurt at this point. I think it might be the rest of time years of hurt because we're just, it's like we want to lose. Whether it's employing the wrong manager, employing the wrong tactics, choosing the wrong players, choosing the wrong lineup, having the wrong mentality around the squad. Tuchel needs to go. Eddie Howe needs to be the new England manager. But I hope you enjoyed the first video on the channel. You can expect that sort of content, just ranting, whinging, moaning. That's what I'm best at. As I said, it's my hobby to tell professional athletes how to do their jobs because I'm the backseat athlete. If you enjoyed that, like, comment, subscribe. Obviously trying to grow this channel. This is the first video on the channel. Tell me if you enjoyed it. Tell me if you disagree with everything that I said because that's what most people say to me in real life anyway. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one.